Okay, I told y'all the next video y'all would see me working on this one. Got the points. Got the points set, 19 to 20 thousandths, 18 to 22, depending on the 80 inch. You might want to run 20, 21, 22, hotter spark. I'm sure I'll create some controversy. I hooked the throttle cable up. I filled it with oil. Oil was cold, so it took a minute to feed down. I've been kicking it through and kicking it through. Not getting any oil coming back yet. Maybe I hadn't kicked it enough. That alarms me a little bit. So I've got to pay attention to that before I do start it up. I've got to have oil coming back to the engine at least. What's that dripping on the front right there? Okay. So we're getting oil to the top, or I'm leaking. All right, well, it's obvious we have a leak at the tappet block, because I just noticed a spot of oil under it and some oil on the mount. So I'm leaking at the tappet block. So we're getting oil up to there. I guess I just haven't kicked it enough to pump it up through the heads and then back down. I don't see any on the tubes. I might need to check the torque on those. I'll have to get the book out and see what the torque specs are on that. Things like this, I'm really cautious about torque spec, guys, because those little things will snap off and it's a bad day if it does. But I pulled the plugs out. I gapped them yesterday. Pulled the inspection plug out. Got it around to my, on this engine, a dot is my top dead center, and then you back it up and you'll find a line. That's going to be my my advanced mark. And so in a minute I'll put a battery in it. I'll run 12 volts to the coil, hook spark plugs up, and get my test light out and move my timing plate over there till the light comes on, and then you turn it back to the left. You retard it till the light goes off, and then you just start advancing it. The light will come on, you retard it, and you play with that till you can get that thing just as the light starts to come on, and then you lock it down. And that'll be pretty good initial timing for you. And then the flyweights will advance it as you give it throttle. But I did all that I got all of this set up, and then I start going through a few other procedures, and I think, okay, I'm almost ready. Let me get some oil flow. Guys, I never set the timing on this thing. So now I got to go back around, find my mark, all of that, blah, 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 blah. But let me get it jacked up, and I'll keep y'all posted. All right, we got it jacked up, and y'all didn't have to hear all that. Man, Slick dropped a video. It's the pumpkin run. And last year, or year before last, he did a video over there. Man, and got almost 100,000 views on it. So you guys go over there and check out that last video he did, man. It's a pretty damn good video, man. And get him back up there like he was on them views, man. Just had to go out and get my wife's Jeep serviced. We got to make a trip coming up next week. And when I'm driving, I listen to a lot of podcasts. Not a lot of motorcycle channels that's got podcasts that interest me, but there's a whole genre out there called prison YouTube channels. And those of you that are new to the channel, and may not know anything about my history, I did 12 years in Tennessee Department of Corrections. I was hard-headed. I went 3 times. First time back in the 90s. And did 3 years, got out, went back, did 6, got out for 5 months, went back, did another 3. So I was hard-headed. So I listened to some prison channels, and there's one out there, and he's a pretty big channel. Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. You know I done seen it, you know I done lived it, so let's relive it. You know, he's got his whole spiel that he starts out with. I'm not showing any oil in this crank yet. That plywood should have shown some signs of oil on it yesterday. But anyway, it's funny when guys, when they talk about being locked up, they use the term incarcerated or incarceration. like you trying to make being locked up sound sophisticated or something. like being in penitentiary, like bougie or something. During my incarceration, or when I was incarcerated, instead of just saying shit when I was locked up, or damn, when I was in the joint. That jug hangs way over past the front of that case right there. That's crazy. A horrible fitment on these cases too, man. That was bad quality control during the AMF years, man, which I don't believe these are, stock cylinders. They don't have the stock numbers on them right there like stock cylinders would. But I just thought that was funny. Every time he brings it up, it's incarceration or incarcerated, like he's trying to make it sound sophisticated. Now don't get me wrong, he's doing this thing. He got 400,000 subscribers. I listen to him. Shout out Jay Williams. You know what I mean? I still think it's funny as hell. He does that. Yeah, and I got to get a nut for this main shaft too. The guy that brought me the bike didn't have one, so he's just got this. He's got this compensator nut, is what it is. Now I need, preferably, there we go, a Phillips head. There we go. Piston's coming up. And there's the line. And I know from yesterday that that is my advanced mark. That belt is not sitting on that pulley properly. We need a spacer behind that belt, I believe. Not happy with how that's set up. So, now that I'm back on my advanced mark, but that brings me to a story. Prison story time with Hippie. I hadn't done this in a while. Had a couple of episodes where I did this. When I was at Northwest, there was this guard. His name was Wilson. And I mean, he was super cop. You know, you had to respect him because he was the same way all the time. He wasn't one of them police that would be cool with you 1 minute and then shake you down and bust you 10 minutes later. This guy was about his business every time he came on. You know, so if you fucked around on his shift, that was on you. And man, there was a big fight. The Crips and the Gangster Disciples got into it, and I don't know much about that gang shit, but apparently, just because you Crip, don't mean you ride with that certain group of Crips. Like there's all kind of different groups of them some bitches, man. And the G's outnumbered them, even if they all rode together. Them Gangster Disciples outnumbered them, and man, there was a big ass fight broke out. I mean, they got on these Crips and they whooped the cowboy hell out of them. You know, not taking nothing from the Crips, man, they was just outnumbered. You know, they was outnumbered 5-1. The odds were so uneven. They had this one dude at the top of the steps, and they was jumping up on the handrail of the steps, just coming down, just stomping his head in. And we were down there playing poker, and I looked back to see where Wilson was. He never once got excited. It was funniest thing you ever saw, man. He got up from his little podium. He got his little board out, his little clipboard, And he had a roster on it. He just went to putting checks by name. He wasn't trying to break it up. He wasn't yelling. He got on his radio. He said, "We got a fight. How's it, Unit 11? Check, check. And it's a big one. Check, check." And he just went to marking them all check by check. Damn. We probably stayed locked down for 3 months behind that one. All right. Short little prison story for y'all. Okay. So I know I'm on my advance mark. And right there, they're just starting to open right now, so I need to get my test light out. Loosen these brake stays, loosen these stays up where I can turn that plate. So, I got a little bit of wiring I need to do. I need to hook up a battery, get it grounded. I need to hook the a hotline up to the battery. So, let me get all this set up, guys. All right, I had to do this 8 or 10 times before I was satisfied, but I've got them just where they're starting to fire. I mean, that light literally just came on right there, and I held it and locked it down. So, theoretically, we're timed. Points are set, plugs are set. I need to unhook that 12 volts going to the coil. I can't forget that. I don't have a switch hooked up. I've just got a jumper wire going to the coil, so just come over here and unhook your ground wire from the battery. That way you're not steadily sending 12 volts to this coil over here. All right. Everybody always talks about shovelheads kicking back. Well, this is when they'll kick back on you, is when you're getting your timing right. Once you get your timing right, as long as you follow through with that kick and hold it, she ain't gonna kick back on you. That's why when you see guys that know what they're doing and they're kicking, and they're holding that leg out there. You come back too fast, you give it that opportunity to blow back on you and hurt you. Now, what's got me concerned, everybody, and I can't remember what he said about the oil pump, but that is a stock oil pump with an aftermarket face on it. Normally, the two nipples are side by side. The outer one is your feed. The inner one, closest to the engine, is your return. Of course, that's your vent. That's your vent, that's your return, that's your feed. The oil's been sitting out here. It was cold. It was really thick. It took it a while to get down to the pump. But I've kicked it through several times, and I'm not getting anything coming out of that return yet. But that don't mean anything. Maybe I just haven't cycled it all the way through yet. So what I'm going to do, I know I've gotten it up to the tappet blocks, right? So the pump's working to some degree because it's gotten it this far. But what I want to do, I want to put y'all down. Let's kick it through. Let's kick it through. See if it'll blow up. I can get a light to shine in there too. Look at me being all technical. Pull these plugs out of it. It'll kick through a little bit easier. And see if we're oiling that flywheel up. And then I want to make some phone calls and find out, does it take a whole bunch of kicks to get this oil cycle? Because I want to know that oil pump is working before I try to fire this engine. This engine's ready to fire. All I got to do is throw some fuel down the gap. And she's ready to go. I'm not seeing any oil on the crank. I don't know what you guys are seeing. Okay, I'm starting to get some oil coming back on the feed over here. So that's a good sign. Oh yeah, she's starting to get wet. Okay. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It just took a whole bunch more kicking. Can y'all see it? I got you blowed up still. Yeah, see it starting to return right there? All right. We'll run this on through a few more kicks. We'll run this through a few more kicks and we'll put this plug back in it. We'll put the spark plugs back in it. We'll put a temporary tank on it. See if I've got any gas. And see if this bike wants to fire up. Man, we're having some great weather. It's a little cloudy and overcast, but hell, it's in the 70s today. It's that time of year I don't know whether to have my heater or my air conditioner going. I'm not going to run the bike very long. This is just a preliminary fire up because this still needs a top motor mount put in it. I need to check the transmission and the engine mounts, make sure they're tight. This needs to be lined up. I need the right nut on the front of this. But my goal is just to get the bike running, then wire it, start putting it together. Not real sure about these plug wires I got. Insulation on that one's torn. It's not wanting to stay on there very good. All right. I'm gonna get it down, guys. All right. I think I got everything squared away for the most part. Took that tank off of my bike and put on it because it's about the only spare tank I had fuel in it. When in hindsight, I should have taken the one off the Evo or the David Man bike because they both have fuel in them. And checked my gas can and I don't have any fuel. So I gotta go get some fuel. Yeah, I wasn't thinking until I'd already done it. I was like, well, if I had pulled one of them tanks off, I'd have had fuel in them. So I will pause y'all for a few minutes. Go and get some fuel in my trusty little fuel can, and I'll come back and we'll see if we can get this bike running. Hopefully I can end the video with the bike running. I've really got to do a mental checklist. Just when I thought I had everything done, I did not. Make a fuel line. And I'm not going to bother Did I do that right, Humperdinck? Huh? Did I get it right, Humperdinck? Huh? You kiss me in my face. You're probably been out there licking your balls. All right. We got fuel. Fixing to have fuel. We got oil. Oh yeah, she's returning good, returning good. I need to check them tappet blocks right quick. Just gonna see if they're snug. They feel snug. That one turned a little bit. No, they're pretty tight. Not turning them anymore. We run the risk of breaking one, so I'm just gonna assume that gasket's bad, or yeah, we're not gonna do that without a funnel, are we? We'll probably still spill half of it. Don't see no leaks. That comes our way at the bottom. I had about a gallon in here. Let's put a little more in. Good enough. Good enough. You already barking. You know what's been the happen. I hope you're right. I hope this thing fires up and gives you something to bark at. Now I got this Chinese carburetor set at factory settings. Accelerator pump, turn it all the way in, seat it lightly, 2 full turns out. Air fuel mixture, seat it lightly, 1 1/4 out. Back the idle adjuster off, turn it back in till the blade just starts to move, and then do a half a turn. So let's turn on some fuel. Let's go straight up and down. Let that bowl fold up. I ain't getting no gas. That thing's got on, off. It should have. Let's see. Just read it. See what it says. That's off. That's reserve. So reserve should be good enough. Got no fuel at all, no pump action at all. Which That I guess ain't surprising me with a Chinese carburetor. Let's turn this off. Let's check our petcock. That petcock's working because there's fuel in that line. Just so we can say we did our due diligence. All right, it's absolutely working. So we're getting foot fuel to the carburetor. Either the needle might be stuck in the seat, or the accelerator pump may not be working. I don't know. Let me fool around with this so I don't bore you guys. I'm hoping in this video we'll be firing this bike up, but we're about to see. I'm getting fuel to the carburetor. Let's see if we got fuel in the bowl. That'll tell me the needle ain't stuck. And if I do, then I'm gonna guess, man, is everything on this thing gonna be metric? Oh God, I bet it is. That's supposed to be a 5/8. There it is. We can get a little fuel coming out of here. And that'll tell me the needle and seat are working. Because right now that's what I'm leaning toward. If it ain't that, it's gonna be the accelerator pump. Feel like I should have seen some gas by now. Okay, there's fuel. So we got fuel in the bowl. So the bowl's got fuel. I'm wondering if the settings are the same on these knockoff carburetors. I'm guessing they are. Let's open it up another full turn. Now I'm starting to see a little fuel. I can't tell you how many turns out that screw is, at least 5 full turns. Lord. Okay. Well, we're about ready, guys. All right. Got fuel going to it. She's hot. Really ain't no primer kicks, I don't guess. Okay. 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 That's good news. It runs. Y'all want to know why it sounded like shit? I told y'all I needed to go through a mental checklist. Yeah, it sounded like shit because I don't have the front exhaust on it. Ugh. All right, I know it's pumping oil, and I've got the front exhaust on it, so I'm willing to let it run. Now, I bet you your last money, he ain't gonna lay there very long. Let me turn my ignition back on. Of course, it's always, man, don't drop that screw you can't afford to lose. And then I always drop that screw I can't afford to lose. Instead of unhooking the negative, I just unhook the coil. Shut the bike off. So far, no leaks on the fuel. Let's see if she'll fire back up. Well, I got a little pop. That was all I got. I don't know a lot about that battery either. Let's see what kind of volts we're working with. Damn. 10.9. So she's gone down. That ain't quite enough to fire it. I don't think. Give it a little choke, no gas. All right, guys, I finally realized yesterday, after getting this bike started, that I didn't film a proper outro. So this will be my proper outro. If you stuck around this long and you're still watching the video, that means you care about the content, you enjoy what you're watching. So if you wouldn't mind, give me a like, give me a subscribe, share the video, and leave a comment. You just don't know how much that helps the algorithm push my video, push my channel, and it helps us to grow. I can't remember what all I filmed in this video. I'm not even sure when this video is going to air. I may air it Friday night. I may wait till Sunday. I had been on a past couple of months, a Sunday night video and a Wednesday night video, and that just got to be too much. So I went about 10 days without posting a video. And part of that was because my phone took a shit on me, and I couldn't get into my app
to upload a video that I already had recorded, the one you've already watched. So I'm going to get back to just doing weekly videos, unless I have a lot going on and I can actually film it, because I can get a lot more work done when I'm not filming. And I don't remember if I've done it or not, but if I have not done it yet, please go and follow and subscribe to my brother, my partner in crime, my ace boom coon, Slick Rush at Shovelhead Custom Cycles on YouTube. Phenomenal channel, got an awesome stable. And we can never forget our buddy up in the North Pole, Ralph at It's My Time, Let's Go. I can't believe Ralph's not building snowmobiles and reindeer sleds and shit from where he lives on top. He literally lives on a glacier, guys. So every couple of years, you know, his house moves like I asked a few Canadians, a centimeter. I don't even know how much a centimeter is, but he literally lives on a glacier and he's constantly moving. So maybe in a billion years, Ralph will finally be down here where there's some warmer weather. But all kidding aside, Ralph's got an amazing channel, great mechanic, great fabricator. This video pretty much was about this bike right here. It's a Santee frame. Been stretched 4 inches. I don't know, there's no rise in it, but it's been stretched 4 inches. I don't know how much rake it has. It's an 80-inch motor, brand new, not a brand new motor, but a freshly rebuilt motor. Heads are rebuilt, top end completely new. Transmission is completely new. I believe it's got Andrews and Eastern gears in it. Buddy of mine, he is a pipe fitter welder working 7 days a week. He built the engine and the transmission, just don't have time to finish the bike. So it just needs all its odds and ends pieces done. The bike had never fired up until this video here. Y'all heard it fire for the first time like I did. I just had to go in, put the points in it, set the points, gap the plugs, plumb it. It already had the oil lines on it, but I ran a fuel line. I had to time the engine off the advance mark. Carburetor is not tuned yet, guys. This is a aftermarket Taiwan Ted knockoff carburetor. So I still don't know how much success I'm gonna have with it. The back wheel is not spaced properly. The front wheel is not spaced properly. I've got to line them up, space them, hook the brakes up, get the fender mounted, build brackets for the sissy bar, get it mounted, get the bike wired, and I think we'll be able to hand him off a pretty cool chopper. Now this is not his tank. This is the Indian Larry tank that goes on my dream chopper, the OG chopper. He has a set of split tanks that he wants to run because he don't want to have to stop every 50 or 60 miles. He said he wants to get at least 100, 120 miles before he's got to stop. And I told him, I said, all that might change when you start riding a hardtail chopper. You might be grateful. You might be looking for that fuel stop. I'm out there on my road glide. You know, it kills me to have to stop after 200 miles. Like, damn, we've only done 200 miles. We got to stop, you know. That's when we're busting state lines, you know, doing 500, 600, 700, 800 miles in a day. But this video was pretty much, I wanted to change it up. I've been working on the OG chopper. I've been working on the customer's bike or the giveaway bike. I'm going to get to that in just a minute. I know this is a long outro, but I had a lot to say. I'll get to the giveaway bike shortly. I wanted to break it up and go back old school, man. And video like I used to, man. Y'all watching me do the work instead of me pausing it, doing the work, and then coming back and tell you. I wanted you there with me while I was doing it like I used to do. So that's what we did. So onto the giveaway bike. I've had to order a new inner clutch hub for that Prima Rivera clutch that was on it. The inner clutch hub was shot just like on my panhead. I've ordered a new one, and man, they are proud of those. $200 for an inner clutch hub. So I got it ordered. I ordered the front pulley for the OG chopper as well, because they sent me one for a tapered shaft, meaning 55 and back. I think 55 and back, or not tapered. Yeah, tapered shaft on the engine. I think 56 were 56 and 57. Harley went to a spline shaft on the main engine. But they sent me an older inner one for that, so I had to reorder that. But the giveaway bike, everybody's asking me how we do it. Now, keep in mind, guys, I don't have the money, and my channel's not big enough to just give a bike like this away. I call it a giveaway bike to keep me legal. I don't call it a raffle. Raffles can get you in trouble because raffle, my understanding, is a form of gambling. So what you'll do is we're going to do 200 spots, $100 a spot. And your $100, basically, you're buying a sticker pack. It's a pack of Hippie's Chopper Corner stickers. I got that idea from Shovelhead Fedge. Shovelhead Fedge, if you're watching, shout out to you, bro. You buy a sticker pack, and if you buy a sticker pack, you get entered into the drawing. So it's basically like buying a raffle ticket, and for the raffle ticket, you also get a set of stickers. But me doing that keeps me legal. We'll do 200 spots. We'll run it for 90 days. And if I don't sell all 200 in that 90 days, we give that sumbitch away anyway. And if y'all remember from that short I did a while ago, there he goes again, tearing up my rubber mats. Man, is he not a crackhead? Oh my God. But anyway, everybody's been asking me that. And I get a lot of people asking me that on Instagram and stuff. So if you're on Instagram, you may not be following the channel, and you might not even still be here. But as soon as that inner hub comes in, gonna get the bike tore down, get it off the paint, get it back. I gotta get the top end rebuilt. I gotta get the rocker box polished. I gotta get the cam cover polished, get the engine cleaned up and painted so it's a nice, good looking product. When we're done with it, get it running, get the bugs worked out of it. And when I get to that point, guys, that's when we'll start selling the tickets. Until then, and it'll be sometime in 2026, guys. It's not going to happen this year. This is the 2026 giveaway bike. I don't know when I'll get the bike, the Evo engine done, preferably before this spring. I think today's the 18th or the 19th, and we are 75 degrees and sunshine. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning here in Tennessee. And I'm fixing to get the OG chopper out and go for a ride. But I wanted to button this video up, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate all the support. And remember, guys, this is Hippie's Chopper Corner, home of the sketchy chopper, where we keep them sketchy all the time.